Hello, everyone. Happy Earth Day.
Is it Earth Day? Oh my
It's
goodness.
Earth Day. My Google Calendar or my Apple Calendar, whatever shows up on your phone, said it's Earth Day. So
Wow. What does one do on Earth Day?
we celebrate the Earth. I mean, this rain that's perpetual. I guess that's a good celebration of the Earth.
I'm going stir crazy. I feel like I haven't even touched the earth because it's been pouring rain here for the past week. I'm going crazy inside.
You said you can't even see the ground today from
No,
up
I
there.
went to the gym up on the top floor and looked down and couldn't even see the lake. I'm not loving it.
Well, Two Girls, One Ticket. We are back, Brogan and Lauren.
We're back. I literally, if you listen to my last episode, I think my octaves, my voice went so high and I was like, oh God, I hope somebody doesn't have this totally turned up. So I'm trying to be a little bit lower with my voice.
You were a little bit sick, so you've got an excuse of why the tone may have been a little bit off.
I don't know. I came in way too hot, so I'm trying to come in a little chiller.
So funny. Well, in the morning, you kind of talk to yourself about the day, not literally, but in your head, you're thinking it through. I mean, not like a pep talk, but it's just in your head.
I gotta get out of the bed.
Go through. Yeah, first step. No, it's more just going through what you have to do during the day. And I just was going through what I had to do, and obviously this, and then other stuff this afternoon. It's okay. I'm just saying I might be a little bit feisty today, and that's all right.
Okay. Well, you know what? Earth Day. It's supposed to bring out some peace and calmness, but no.
Yeah, maybe I need to ground myself. Maybe if it clears
touch
up,
sand.
I can finally get, back to my outdoor activities and ground myself. That's probably what's missing.
This weather's making everybody go crazy. So, well, I can't wait for a little feist today, Lauren. We love that.
Yeah. You had a run-in with Matthew McConaughey. And then I saw, I guess, your post and Aaron's post. And then I saw Muni posted the photo. Mm-hmm. Not even reposted. They actually posted the picture about Matthew McConaughey being on the course, of course, with an all right caption. But tell us how that went down.
It was fabulous. I wasn't even planning on golfing Sunday. I was a little hungover. We stunted at Deep Eddy on Saturday night with everybody. The festival, Deep Two-Step or whatever, got rained out. So a bunch of people came all into Deep Eddy. So it was a big party, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fast forward Sunday morning, feeling a little hungover. Go to Temple 22, meet up with Aaron and Luke. Shout out. You guys need to listen to our podcast. I sent it to them on Sunday. Then we were talking. They're like, oh, let's go play Muni. And I was like, okay, I'm literally wearing Uggs and a sweatshirt. The least fabulous outfit to go see Matthew McConaughey in on the golf course. Fast forward, I end up going after a few margaritas. I was like, sure, I'll play. And then lo and behold, he's teeing off right in front of us. He actually took our tee time, but I was like, no disrespect. We'll all get along. We'll all play.
But disrespectfully, we did not invite you to go ahead of us.
He took our 3:00 tee time. So we slipped in right behind him at 3:07. And he was just so funny. There's usually no cart girls, but Emmy, our girl over at Muni, she was like, I'm bringing drinks to Matthew. Do you guys want anything? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. But now that we know, we're going to have you always do this. But she was bringing drinks out to him. Aaron kept heading into him. She completely shanked it right in front of him.
Was it his son that he was playing with?
Yeah, it was his son. She's a really good golfer. Totally shanked it. Got a little nervous right in front of him. He was really fun to play with. We're like, sorry. He's like, no big deal. Just super friendly out there. Of all the courses, we didn't think we'd see him at Muni.
But that's what I love about Muni and all the people behind the Save Muni initiative. It's such a big thing, and they do their party every year, which I think is coming up. That is such a unique thing to Austin, and it's such a him thing to be playing there. So I love that.
Well, it's such a fun course, too. As I mentioned, literally, I brought my Uggs, and I played barefoot, and I was playing out of Aaron's bag. So
he probably appreciated that, too.
We were just messing around.
Look, that's why you're so centered. You are grounded. You had your feet in the grass on Muni. What a better place to do it.
Well, I also broke my nail. I literally broke my nail in half. Look how ghetto I look. That's what I was talking the other day.
Time to get it back.
It was, so it was a really grounding day. We had a lot of fun with Matthew out there. And, he's a pretty decent golfer. So we'll hopefully see him out there.
There you go.
I saw memes the other day of him being announced as offensive coordinator at UT. That's what they were saying. And I was like, fake news for sure. But
oh, yeah. Probably an old April Fool's.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that. Okay. Have you heard the song Boston from Stella Lefty?
Yes, I heard the chorus about 1,000 times before it was
On a
actually
train
released.
back to Boston. Made me homesick for Boston. It is one of the catchier songs I have heard in a long time. And she has such a good voice.
Beautiful voice. And she's actually really pretty too. But
She is so
everybody
natural.
was saying that she was copying the Noah Kahan song, or I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but what's his main
It
song?
sounds like Season of the Sticks.
That's what it
Yes.
was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. It totally does. I don't know much of his music, but I do know that song, and I don't know any of her music. She came up on TikTok, and okay, if I had to have a career, first of all, I'm going to go on a little tangent right now since I'm on Feisty.
Buckle up.
Literally buckle up. Like, yeehaw for this one, too, because if I had grown up in rodeo, I think I would be a world champion barrel racer. Like a full like barrel racer. I think I would choose that. But if I was not a barrel racer, I think I would be, and I was not a sports agent, because that's another thing that I would have loved to do. But I like spot talent in music pretty well. Like, I'll hear a song or somebody like up and coming, and then I'll be like that person, and then just give them a while, and they're like in the top 10 Billboard charts.
Interesting.
I think this girl will hit it up there. Anyway, so long story short, back to Stella. I think that she's very good. I think she kind of has that raspy, almost like Ella Langley a little bit like Olivia Rodrigo, but even more raw, which I like. I just like that raspy voice. Do you agree?
I absolutely agree. No, I love the song. I heard it 1,000 times before she released it, so.
She doesn't seem to have such a big following yet, and it was hard to kind of find anything on her personally.
Well, you know her dad's a billionaire, right?
Yes, that was one of the things that I learned. Eric Lifkowski, he founded, I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but Groupon, and he's the CEO of Temper AI, or some big AI company from Michigan, went to Michigan, and obviously she changed her last name, or her stage name is Lefty instead of Lifkowski. But went to Tulane, and just seems like she's always been in music, and good for her for hitting it. And she's totally trending on TikTok. That tells you something.
She's really, really pretty and cute too. I think there was a video of her that I saw that she was going to get a nose job, but then didn't end up getting a nose job and looked like everybody else. So she's got, a unique, like, pretty girl that doesn't have work done, basically.
Totally. So. And no makeup, just, again, natural, raw. And I think that's what kind of reminded me of a little bit of like Ella Langley, her like early videos, or her kind of home videos of her singing, or singing in the shower or whatever. Just so authentic and not overdone. And I really admire that.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. She's the next big thing.
And maybe not forever, but I do think she'll climb her way up the charts. Her song, I guess now, is 95 on the charts, and I guess it's her first career song in top 100. So that's good. I mean, for anyone to break that even for a brief amount of time is really good.
Good for her.
Sticking with the Boston theme, the Boston Marathon was on Monday. Do you find this offensive? Nike had this big campaign like they always do. They take over windows or sides of buildings or whatever, and had all different things around this city. And one of them said, "Runners welcome, walkers tolerated."
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought so too.
Everybody was up in arms about it. I mean, not everybody, but I think all the soft people were. I don't know how to categorize them, but to find it offensive is, I'm like, it's the Boston Marathon. It's one of the biggest marathons in the nation, or probably in the world, probably. I don't even know, but you have to qualify for it. It's the most elite runners in the world that come here and do it, and not a lot of walkers there. So it's like, come on, it's a joke.
That's how I took it too. I mean, if you're running a marathon, you're not there to walk. And so obviously it was a play. It was to get the runners fired up. I don't think it was anywhere in their intention to offend people, which obviously it did. But also a little bit of a misreading, I guess, to the running culture on Nike's part, when that's a massive group of people that they're trying to win back as a brand, and if they've kind of lost, and obviously trying to keep their mark and keep up with shoes and innovation and all of that. But they ended up taking it down or placing it. And there were also plenty of runners, like you said, that took it as a grain of salt, which I think it was meant to be done. It was like a pump up thing. It wasn't, you're not entering a marathon to walk. So,
No,
yes, maybe you're tired, maybe you get hurt, maybe you have to walk, but that's still not meant to be offensive.
no, we live in a very offensive culture these days. So I'm sure the top runners were not offended by that statement by all means.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
They're like, yeah,
not
no shit, we
not
run.
the target to offend. Exactly. But you're right, it is one of the biggest marathons and it is the oldest marathon in the world. 1897 was when it was first held. That's wild to think about. Yearly since then.
That
Maybe
is,
during COVID they didn't have it,
well,
but
they
other
cut it
than that,
when the bomber thing happened. Did
I
they
know that
stop
was
it or did
terrible.
they keep it going the next year? I don't even know. I don't
Yeah,
know. Oh,
that was terrible,
horrible, like absolutely horrific.
but very historic. And then that poor triathlete influencer that drowned in the Ironman competition in the Woodlands.
That was crazy story. There has to be more to that story. She was beautiful, fit. They said she had a possible like a sick flu before, or what was the situation?
Anyone doing an Ironman competition is in extremely good shape. You don't sign up and just do that
Great.
because you haven't trained extensively and have a background, doing these competitions. Just awful. I think she was Brazilian, 38 years old. You're right. There has to be something underlying. It did say that she had been battling the flu. And I guess, of course, her friends said that they had told her not to do it. But I don't think the flu just wipes you out like that. There has to be something
Especially if
more.
you're again trained, which she's very well trained. You can
Hmm.
see it in her pictures. But I don't know, like, were people like pushing her down? Was no one aware that she had, started drowning? I know it's kind of hectic when you first start that, the water portion, but it seems a little odd to me that.
Well, and they usually have people following just to make sure there's no emergency. So I was wondering the same thing. Unless there's just so many swimmers and, it's choppy and you don't really notice if someone doesn't pop back up. I guess when they found her, she was like 10 feet under the water. I mean, just awful. Terrible, terrible. Very unfortunate.
Or two or something like that, which was even
Hmm.
more horrific. But bless her soul. I mean, she went down kicking. No pun intended.
Yeah. Yes. Ugh, terrible. And who was the girl you went on the rabbit hole down after that? After you were digging into your marathon runners?
Oh, that's right. Have you heard of Ashley Paulson?
Never.
Okay, well, I like neither had I. This past week, and I was like, oh my gosh, the marathon's happening, then this triathlon's happening. So anyway, there's this Ashley Paulson girl. Does not look like a runner. Like she's got bright pink hair, and I'm like, oh God, who is this person? But she is an absolute badass.
I'm
This
looking
past
her up.
weekend, I think she ran like 100 miles, world record fastest on the treadmill in under 13 hours. She did it in like 12 hours and 47 minutes or something like that. Something crazy.
Look at this pink hair.
It's pink. It's not like
It is
light.
pink. No, it's like wig pink, electric neon pink.
That's why I was like, who is this little person? And she looks
That is
little
a look,
too.
and she looks little, and she's absolutely ripped. That is
Well,
impressive. 48 years old.
and 4 kids later, and I'm like, holy shit, good for you, woman. A couple years ago, I also read, because I went down this Ashley Paulson rabbit hole, she covered 262 miles in 48 hours at like a track event, and got the world record, but then it was revoked from her because she tested positive for oxymorphone. I don't know what that is.
I
I
don't
don't know if
either, but there must be something more to her training. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
okay. I mean, regardless, good.
Either way, unbelievable. If you're able to do that, even with a little enhancement to whatever that is, like that, more power to you. That is unbelievable. You are in some kind of freak shape.
Incredible. I saw her keeping up with that Andy guy, that also runner that runs ultras and stuff, and he's like, she's kicking my ass. I'm like, good for her. So we gotta keep eyes on her, see what the next world record she's gonna set is.
Amazing. Very, very cool. And last on my Boston rant, happy birthday to Fenway. 114 years old
Have you been
on
there?
Monday. Yes, a few times. And you know how much I love the city, but it is one of actually probably is my favorite baseball experience. And I have been to, in particular, Yankee Stadium many times, but seeing Yankees, Red Sox in the Bronx versus Yankees, Red Sox at Fenway, hands down, Fenway. It is just so fun. I love that stadium and the history, and it's old school.
It's
I
so
love
fun
it.
before, like, that what's that street, and everybody's kinda, running around drinking, and
Right out in
it's
front.
quintessential baseball experience. The stadium is old as hell. You
Mhm.
go in and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, this definitely needs a remodel," but it's, so many staples of baseball, and what's the big
The
green
history, the green
green
monster.
monster? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm pronouncing it wrong," or don't know what that is, but no, it's very, very cool field.
No, I hope they never change it. I mean, some of these stadiums that are just, so new, I think especially for baseball. To me, there's just something about even Yankee Stadium. I preferred the old stadium for sure. But now with the retractable roofs and it's just, I don't to me, it kind of just takes away from
It
like
does.
the old school, like you're saying, just like quintessential hot dog, beer, baseball.
No, it is. Last time I was there, Adam and I went, I think 2 summers ago, and Matt Damon was there and Ben Affleck's brother or whatever, Casey Affleck, I don't
Hmm.
know. But they
Yeah,
were
that's
there
right.
promoting their new movie that had coming out in 2024. I don't know what it's called, but uh that felt like a lot like Boston too, having them there because
Matt
they're
Damon and Ben Affleck. Yeah,
yeah,
because of and Casey, I think, was Good Will Hunting. One of my absolute favorite movies ever. Ever, ever,
100%.
ever.
100%. So we got that. But one thing I didn't like was the Boston Red Sox were wearing their yellow jerseys. Have you ever seen them wear their yellow
I think
ones?
it might have been their like City Connect ones, maybe.
It's
Was that what it
it
was?
represents like Boston Marathon and
Uh-huh.
the resilience to the everything that went on and stuff like that. But I felt bad because I wanted to see them in the Red
Yeah.
Sox jersey against they were playing the Yankees too, and it just didn't feel as right. They look like that have you seen that Bonanza baseball?
Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, an absolute spectacle. It's unbelievable the amount of tickets and the amount of money that started from kind of a joke.
They're
That's
hilarious.
a whole nother study of business on its own. I mean, hilarious is the right word, but the stadiums that they sell out in minutes is incredible.
They're a good time. I mean, and they're good baseball players too, aren't they?
Totally. Yeah, definitely. But to be able to do the flips and the tricks and put on the show and yes, definitely talent.
Yeah.
In
But
its own right. And one of my favorite traditions is obviously every, ballpark has their seventh inning stretch, but Fenway has its own Neil Diamond's tradition of singing Sweet Caroline during the eighth inning. And everyone, yells, so good, so good. And everyone gets so into it.
Caroline
I love it. It's one of my favorite songs, like classic oldies.
brings me back to my college days at USC. We used to blast that in the Lambda atrium. So
So
TBT.
fun. Yeah. The Yankees just swept the Red Sox at Fenway, speaking of Green Monster and home runs last night. And the Yankees suck chants were, of course, going and started dying off after the Red Sox had not led for a single minute of the game.
They had to shut up so much.
And I saw the funniest thing, in every stadium for the most part, it's like, if the ball hits here, or a home run or whatever, you get something. And this was kids eat free when the Red Sox win. And then there are all these things like kids are starving in Boston, the Sox can't win.
I'm sure some people got mad about that, but
Yeah.
people, but that's funny.
Pretty funny. Poor Mets, speaking of losses. 12 losses in a row.
Have you ever met a Mets fan? They're either like Yankees or like, I don't know who cheers for Mets.
So I've always questioned Mets fans and Jets fans.
Like
It's
the odd
Yankees and
team that
Giants. Funny enough, through work, my brother was just at the Mets Dodgers game with Steve Cohen and his son, and the son's younger and he runs their baseball operations. Obviously, they own the Mets. And he said they were just the absolute loveliest people, so hospitable, so nice. So he was up in their suite with them. Jeffrey's a diehard Yankees fan / now quasi Dodgers fan, if that's even possible, from being in LA. So I joked with Jeffrey before the game and I was like, so are you going to wear a Dodgers hat or Yankees hat? Like, obviously kidding. And so he sent me a selfie during the game and he's like, no, I went neutral, blah, blah, blah. So they're with Steve and he asked Jeffrey where he's from. And Jeffrey said, originally from New York. He's like, I could tell you're a Yankees fan, which I just thought was funny because, yeah, who's a Mets fan? But second highest payroll in baseball. Their stadium's literally like empty these days and fans have bags over their
I
heads.
saw that. Oh my gosh. That's like the most demoralizing thing. But
so sad. And I don't know how you turn it around when you have all the money. You can buy your team just like, the Dodgers did, but they need to get it. It's just like the Jets. Like, what? Get it together. I don't get it.
yeah, I don't know how you can
Because
consistently
there
do
is
so
a
well.
fan base.
There is. There
But
definitely is. I mean, it's a major city, but it's just unfortunate.
yeah. Another meme I saw actually, it wasn't even a meme. It was a real tweet from Minnesota Twins that said things you can get in dozens: eggs, roses, and Mets losses.
Oh no! That's the
That's
worst
gotta
rollout
hurt.
ever.
Ever.
Dozens, eggs, roses.
Eggs, roses, and Mets losses. Things that come in
Who
12s.
is their social media manager? That's funny.
Pretty funny. John Rahm's caddy. Did you see his house for sale?
The caddy? Yeah, you
Yeah.
sent it. Freaking thing's epic.
I mean, how cool. Outside of Charlotte, I think in North Carolina, almost $14 million, 100 acres, of course, golf simulator, modern farmhouse style house. But he must be banking to be selling a $14 million house because he's been his caddy for quite some time.
Well, I mean, he's definitely a winner. Did you see how much Rory's caddy just made at the Masters?
A lot.
Yeah, I think he made like almost 500 grand just for that W. And then I think they also get like base pay on top of that. So those are just like the extra bonuses. And I'm
I
like,
think that's right. I think it's like bonuses
yeah,
for winning.
I think caddy. Jesus.
Helpful. And that's a lot of work to carry the bag, the entire course, and have to kind of deal with
Like
emotions and stress and not make faces or do anything when, I always kind of watch their face to see when they miss a shot to see how they react. And they're just so trained and stoic to not, unless it's an obviously celebration of a great shot, they just don't really flinch. But
yeah, I don't know if I'd be a good caddy. I'd be up there, chatting everybody up about the thing. And if my guy made one, I don't know. It'd be quite the scene, but no, it's good for them. They're
I think it'd
pulling
be
it.
fun. Yeah. Jon Rahm leads the charts for the highest paid golfer, which kind of surprised me. 92 million on the course, 10 million off the course. And that's basically because of Liv. I mean, he got so much money for Liv, so that kind of skews the numbers. Followed by Rory, Scottie, Bryson, and Tiger. That really surprised. But most of them, the majority of their pay is from sponsorships and things off the course. So again, just interesting to see how much of Rahm's was on the course because of Liv, which not looking like that's going to be for much longer.
No, I mean, I mad respect for Rory, Scottie, Tiger. They all stayed with the PGA, so they're not, pulling in money from Liv, which is bullshit money. Because Bryson's career has gone down the tank since kind of making that shift over.
Yeah, and he's still making headlines, and I like him. And he has his YouTube channel and all things, and it sounds like since the Masters, his team's kind of trying to figure out his next
what the hell
steps.
Happened to him?
Well, that, but also just next steps, like given, where Liv's stance is and him wanting to come back to the tour, essentially. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides. I mean, one of the options was he just focuses on things kind of off the course in his YouTube channel and still he has millions of followers, brings in money that way and just playing the majors, or he could go to like the DP tour or, take the time off, whatever the penalty is, to go to PGA. I think they're really trying to figure it all out. And I think he's still owed a lot of money from Liv, and that's the biggest question. He wants like $500 million
to get paid out. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I just think he is more of a spectacle. I don't know if he has that like golf legendary,
right? Like a classy, everlasting golf legend.
Play golf on YouTube,
which is fine. He's talented enough, personable enough. He's attractive. Just do your thing.
That is true. But did you see that he was doing those like shots over his house or something on his
yes,
and I was like, oh my god, he was trying to get the hole in one or something. I don't even know if he ever did it, but
so
I think more people would pay to watch that than him on the during these tournaments. So
yes, yeah. How do we think Tiger's holding up in his 90-day stay in Switzerland?
Have we confirmed it's 90 days? What's the status?
Yes, yeah, 90 days.
Mm-hmm. You pulled that one, didn't you?
I did.
Mm-hmm. I was like, how long does it take to sober somebody up and keep them sober? I don't really know. Never been to rehab, but I'm sure he's living a fabulous life. It's just springtime in Switzerland. Snow is probably all melted off by now. We're close to, That sounds like a fabulous life to me. Jesus.
I just wonder in advance kind of what went into that. He didn't just pick a place and show up. He had his team and whatever probably say this is what he needs, diet wise or whatever. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Like, I'm sure it is top of the line, state of the art facilities and all of that. I'm sure it's comfortable. But I'm talking about like day to day. Like, does he get to go do his workout and his routines and all of that? Surely. Like mental health.
Yeah.
I
No.
want to know what's going on behind the scenes up there. Over there.
I don't know if he's going to give us the day to day.
No, he's not, but I hope he's doing great.
I hope so too. Live it up.
Yeah. Come back stronger than ever for Vanessa.
There you go. Oh, I'm sure she's visiting him.
Yeah, well, that too. That's another question. Can you have visitors? Add it to the list.
Rehab lifestyle.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be for me very much.
Yeah, we need answers. Definitely no alcohol, which we don't even know if he drinks. Definitely no pills. That's the problem.
That's
so,
do
you ever watch was it called Moonshiners or Moonshine? It was like a show on just that in like West Virginia. Anyway, so this was years ago and I was not a routine watcher, but for whatever reason, one time I was watching and there was a character on there named Tickle, which obviously it's illegal to make moonshine. They were, again, just do it in the backwoods. Geez, like just whatever people.
Okay.
And there's Tickle. And I'll never forget this one little episode that I watched. He was like, the cause and the remedy are one and the same. Meaning like the moonshine. So yeah, Tiger probably feels that about his pills. Cause and the remedy are the same. Do you get it? Like the cause is the problem. Like you get drunk from drinking it, but then the remedy is to drink more.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
No, I do. I just, how old's this show? Or is it a movie? What's the...
No. It's show. It was like I don't know what network it was even on, but I'm talking about real TV days, not streaming days. And it was TV show, but basically real life about these moonshiners.
Oh. Well, it sounds like an interesting show too. So, okay. Well, I like that quote.
Anyways, that's my point is the cause and remedy are sometimes the same.
Bring the point home.
He's not going to get access. Yes. Okay. We'll leave it at that. How about that?
Okay.
Did you watch any of Fitzpatrick and Scheffler finishing at the RBC Heritage last weekend?
I didn't watch them finishing. I watched the after.
You were busy playing yourself.
I was playing myself, yes. Yeah. So, I got a little inspo afterwards when I was watching all the videos. And it was disappointing to see, Scottie lose that one. And then Fitzpatrick got to kind of make fun of everybody chanting USA. But
he really did. And people hated that too. They're like, this is not the Ryder Cup. Why are people chanting USA, USA? And then he won and he like held his finger up to his ear like, can't hear you, what? Which is kind of funny, obviously. But the guys are used to, they probably kind of like it. And what difference if you're yelling Scottie or USA? Like to me, there's no, I get it. Like it's a country, but I don't see the problem. The culture of golf is changing where that is like people are chanting, they are yelling, they are saying, to me, like, again, USA or the name, there's really no, like it's not derogatory.
No, it's not. It's not. But again, I think the golf culture is not to chant and yell that unless, again, like you're at the Ryder Cup. But I don't know. It was unfortunate to see Scottie not win.
I wanted him to win. He needs a win. He's been a little bit down. Coming in second at the Masters isn't really down. I just feel like he hasn't won in a little bit after win after win after win. But that was a tough hole on 18 into the wind. Scottie totally mishit it. Fitzpatrick hit an incredible shot, and
he's coming up.
It was a tough finish.
He's like number 7th right now, so he's coming up on Scottie. I don't know where Scottie is. Scottie's still first. I don't know, but anyway,
Scottie's numero uno. But finally, a time to watch NBA for the playoffs. Literally have not watched games all season.
Neither have I. Hit me up when LeBron retires.
I know, and they're up 2-0 against the Rockets, unfortunately. KD, I still think he's such a weird fit on the Rockets, and I like him. I've always liked him, but I just feel like he's a weird fit on the Rockets, just like the Mets and the Jets and Brooklyn for basketball. Like, the Rockets? Like, go Spurs, go! It's the
Random
Rockets.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
agree.
yeah, unfortunately, they're gonna probably win this series. But LeBron's got it. His days are numbered. But Spurs went all out for their first playoff game since 2019. They had their stadium absolutely decked out in Spurs colored in like the different sections. And I hadn't seen this before. The Jumbotron was literally like guilting the fans to put on the playoff shirts so that
Oh, were they
everybody
all
would be
wearing
like
them all?
in sequence. Yeah, and they
Okay.
would zoom in, and I couldn't tell if it was facetious or just like basically just saying like a reminder to put on your shirts. But it was kind of funny. They'd put them on the Jumbotron saying, "Thank you for wearing your shirt." And it would be people that like didn't have them on.
Oh, it's like a social pressure. You
Yeah,
gotta
exactly. But even Wemby said it was the most excited that he's seen the stadium and just electric energy and really how Spurs games should be, throwing it back. But um, they're playing the Trailblazers, obviously, and won the first game, lost last night. Wemby was out with a concussion. He
Oh,
has,
was he?
yeah,
Dude,
so
he is good. Like,
they
I
are.
didn't realize he was 7'4". He has guard-like ability. Like, he can dribble, I mean, drive, assist. He's
Shoot,
all
all of
over.
it.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
nine. He's
He
the
is good. But it's also, they really need him. And I mean, he hit the floor hard. It was obviously the right call, and it was confirmed that he does have a concussion. And so the concussion protocol, I think, is like 48 hours of nothing. They need him. I mean,
clearly.
yeah. So we'll see how they turn it around or if he can come back and play. But you just hate to see that. You go the entire season and now it's the playoffs and you get a concussion game 2.
It's, they go out playing too hard. You know,
He
you got
hit the floor hard. And of
yeah.
course, it happens all so quickly. But I'm like, how did he not put his hands down a little bit more and just like slammed his face? You'll have to
Well,
look back at
maybe
the.
that was a risk of, breaking a wrist or something. That's more
Right. And that's true.
longer
Yeah,
injury.
that's very true. But head is important.
I was gonna say, I would definitely do anything to protect my head.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
thinking maybe he doesn't have good reflexes, but he does. He's athletic, so
No,
I don't
he
know what the
definitely
hell
does.
that was.
Yeah. I used to go to a lot of Spurs games in San Antonio during college. RC Buford is the general manager and kind of has some Austin roots, and they had a place next to us at one point. And so when I was there, and then obviously Nike connection through my dad and whatever, he would give tickets to the games. And so I would take friends and we literally would sit, not like in a suite. It was like they had kind of a more of a courtside suite.
Okay.
So we'd be with some of the more back-ends people and they'd all be taking their notes and having all their papers. And we would just sit there, like me and my friends. It was so fun. That was like OG Spurs squad and Popovich, who I just love. Spurs are coming back thanks to Wemby. And I think it would be so cool if they played a playoff game here in Austin because their regular season games, they have some at Moody Center now.
I was like, where would they play? Really?
Yeah, the Moody. Yeah, so they do a couple of the regular season here. So I think a playoff would be awesome here.
That would actually be, I feel like that would bring a lot of energy to Austin. I feel like this is kind of an off time right now. So
yeah. It'd be so fun. You're right. It is a little bit of an off time. My New York Knicks underway at MSG. Did you see Spike?
I mean, how can you not? Jesus.
It is a look, front and center per usual, just like Timothy Chalamet. I just love seeing these diehard Ben Stiller, all the usual suspects, all courtside. But he has his Knicks. My favorite part of this ensemble was his Knicks basketball bag, like a legit basketball with Knicks on it with a little handle. And he's like carrying it, his orange patent leather Jordans. Obviously, his signature orange and blue, glasses. I just love him. His white capris. And then his jersey is Pope Leo. On the back, it said Pope Leo.
Hell yeah. Look at him go. No,
love it.
Was this kind of the outfit that you wore when you were sitting with Buford down at
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I love me some Spike. Another side basketball story. So Mike Brown is now the coach of the Knicks. And years ago, I was in LA for work with some coworkers and friends. And at the time, Mike Brown was the assistant coach for Golden State. So they were playing the Lakers, and then randomly, one of my friends that I work with went to high school here in Austin at Austin High with the guy that was in charge of all of Golden State's film. So she's like, "Oh, should I text him?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." Like we're both we were staying at the Beverly Wilshire, and it's like for sure. So she texts him, and he was like, "Oh, we have a team dinner tonight, or whatever. But if you want to come by and say hi, you should come." So they finished their little dinner. It was like walking distance from the hotel. So we're like, okay. So we go over to their dinner, and we just ended up sitting with some of the coaches and her friend. And Mike Brown was the absolute nicest guy. I mean, we talked to him for like 2 hours, just so nice, talking about his wife, talking about his son, talking about basketball, talking about Austin, because he had previously been with the Spurs. So he was, kind of familiar with the area. We're talking about real estate on Lake Austin, just the nicest guy. He's like, I would love to end up in Austin one time. And my favorite part, though, he's like, he kept reiterating, like, call me Beezy, call me Beezy.
Oh my God.
Which I thought was such a great little nickname. But I mean, he goes by that. Obviously, it wasn't, for us, but just the nicest guy. And then they were playing the Lakers the next day. And so Blake's friend was like, well, do you guys want to come to the game? Anyway, so then we ended up going to the game, and it was so fun. Golden State and LA. But anyways, it's my Mike Brown story, but super nice guy. Love that he's the Knicks coach.
My college roommate, her dad is still Steph Curry's agent, so they were super close with all those people, and yeah, they talked very highly about him. And now she's a Sports Illustrated model. I don't know what she is, but shout out Katie Austin, love you.
Look at her go.
I know, but that's why I love the
Maybe,
Warriors.
yeah. Big thing coming up, Derby, May 2nd, one of my favorites. I know we talked about this before, about wanting to go and everything around it, the culture, the tradition. Hats, yes. But Churchill Downs just made a deal and is set to acquire the Preakness, which is the second leg of the Triple Crown, for $85 million, which is a massive acquisition in sports and thoroughbred racing for Churchill Downs, which I think is really, really cool.
No horse racing. I obviously have been to Del Mar multiple times. I've been to Santa Anita multiple times, and I know Churchill Downs. But other than that, I'm kind of not well versed in the horse racing industry.
Next week, we'll have to look over these horses, talk about the fields,
pick
our winners.
And yeah, I'm going to have my bets ready and ready to go. As if people listened to our football bets last year, I think they would have won a lot of money. I think we're going to do the same here with this horse racing.
Yes, absolutely. Did you see last week there was a breeder sale in Ocala, Florida? It's obviously big horse country. And it was a 2-year-old sale. And this colt of Flightline sold for $10.5 million.
Dude, that is a stud. It was beautiful. And then did you see what the dad looked like?
Yes. So the dad is Flightline.
Yeah.
He's worth like $200-something million.
Because even for his sperm, or I'm probably saying this so wrong, and I apologize that I'm offending every horse lover in America right now. To get the sperm to breed another horse was $300K just for that. And I was like, holy crap. And they were saying that he breeds 150 or so mares. Sorry, I'm totally saying this incorrectly, but 150 horses they breed. That's 300 per horse. They're pulling in bank.
It is unbelievable. Flightline retired in 2022, undefeated as a horse and number 1 in the world, and is considered the greatest horse since Secretariat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I mean,
and then this is the colt of Flightline.
I need to see who Tapit is really quickly. Sorry, I'm so confused.
Tapit's the father of Flightline. So, and Flightline is the father of this colt.
Gotcha. Okay. Figured out the limit.
But it's a little bit confusing because every article and everything just says Flightline colt, and it makes it seem like that this horse is named Flightline, but it's the colt of Flightline. So that's confusion. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So just in case anybody else was just as confused as I was, these horses are a shit ton of money. So
it's wild. Then next day, this colt arrived at Bob Baffert's barn at Santa Anita. Of course, Bob Baffert
guy's a legend.
Love the guy, has done it better than anyone since the 80s. And I saw a little interview with him, And he was like, he is a specimen. And I'm like, you are a specimen.
And you so funny. Again, I've been
I love that guy.
My best friend from college, Taylor, loves horses. His dad works for Santa Anita, so we kind of get baller status whenever we're there. But seeing him operate there is funny. And he's actually now having a baby with my cousin, so he's part of the fam. So we all need to get over to Santa Anita.
Yes, and go find Bob Baffert.
And party with Bob. So
party with Bob.
We gotta hit the winner's circle.
Party with Bob. Yes, winner's circle is where we need to be. Maybe we should all go in on a racehorse.
My best friend has one, and he always offers Adam, hey, you want to get in on this? So maybe we'll get a group together and get a badass.
That's so funny. Jeffrey and my brother, always joke with Chandler, another devout listener of ours. And he actually did, because there's so many fractional ownership things that you can do to buy into these horses. I mean, people kind of do it as investments now and just something to like kind of keep track of if you're into racing. So he bought into one named Beau Brown. Beau Brown did not last very long in the racing circuit, but we always talk just kind of, half kidding about going in. I would love to. And a lot of the horses that actually win these big races, at Saratoga, even some of the Derby winners, they're groups. Some of them, the horses only like $30,000 or $200,000, whatever it is, by the time you break it up, and it's pays off when you're a Kentucky Derby winner.
What happened to my best guy friend Taylor? He and his cousin went in on a horse. So we were going to Del Mar, and he goes, hey, I told Adam, because Adam's always like, well, what should I bet? Where should I bet? Show me the ropes. And he goes, bet on my horse. It was his first time racing. It was a girl. It was literally not, expected to win by any means. I don't know what that is in gambling talk, but Adam put kind of all his
money. Not a favorite.
Not a favorite. No, there you go. Definitely not a favorite. And anyway, pulled the W out, and Adam won a shit ton of money. We were all in the winner's circle. It was such a fun time, and we got to go down, and it was but sometimes you get these, horses that are not expected to win at all, and they come out and you win a lot of money and you have a great time doing it. So I love
it's so fun. I love horse racing, and I know a lot of people are against. They think it's mean, and if they get injured, you have to put them down. And I agree with that. Like, the saddest thing I can think of is that exact thing. They become lame and they get put down. I mean, it's awful. People used to, they go to a glue factory. Like, I couldn't even think of anything worse. It's awful. But they are such beautiful, strong, smart animals. I'm just fascinated by the whole thing.
And run as fast as they can. I think they groomed to perfection.
Exactly.
I think fabulous time. Jeez, sorry.
Well, they're living a nice life until they get hurt. That's the problem. Did you ever watch Seabiscuit?
So Taylor, best guy friend, his dad is in Seabiscuit, but I have not seen it.
That. Oh my gosh, Brogan, that's one for you and Adam one night. I love that movie. And that is, again, just a little more insight to the history of, well, obviously one of the most famous racehorses, but just a great story, great movie. Add it to the list.
I gotta watch it, because Taylor's dad's a famous old jockey, and now he works at Santa Anita, doing all the top stuff. He'll do to actually see who wins and stuff, the judging and all those things. But yeah, he was in the movie, so I need to watch it just to get up to speed with Seabiscuit, the legend.
The legend. Seabiscuit, Secretariat, all of them. Warhorse. You've got a lot to learn. No, just kidding. It's end of an era for Tim Cook with Apple.
Wow. That guy's a legend.
Unbelievable. To start his career in Apple, take it from a $348 billion to $4 trillion company. Like, a most successful corporate run ever.
He was also, I feel like, what's made technology what it is today, right? Like, been involved in all that and like the AI and just everything that comes.
Totally. And the innovation and the products and the AirPods and iPad and just all of it. It's unbelievable. Not to mention his shoe collection. He's got a stellar. Yes. He's got such a good Nike shoe collection. He pulls out all these different exclusive, like Travis Scott, a lot of Air Force Ones, just all. He's got an extensive.
He's got some swag too. Jesus.
He's got some swag. Yeah, he's got some swag. We got to respect that. He's going to be the executive chairman of the board. Obviously, still not an insignificant role in Apple, but he deserves to enjoy life, pass the baton, and slow down a little bit. But I'm also wondering if part of the shift is because of AI and things just progressing and maybe needing a different light on that side of innovation to keep up.
Yeah.
The replacement is in-house. He's moving up. He's a hardware engineer. I up, but that's his background. But in this world of AI, I mean, it's just so important to be on top of it. And I saw that somebody had written, I can't remember his name, but he had written to the Apple investors just saying, in this AI world, Apple has more cash, consumers, and brand recognition than any other company in the world. But now's the time to flex the muscles and go offensive instead of defensive. He's getting older. He's had an incredible career, but I wonder if part of that is needing to keep up and be current and really make massive strides, since there's just such a pivot to AI in all sectors, including sports.
I mean, the tale as old as time. He worked himself out of a job.
There you go, and did it quite well.
Did it very well. Lots to show for it.
Lots to show for it. Speaking of AI and sports, youth streaming is now a $10 billion business, and that's mainly because of AI. Do you remember back in the day, like your parents probably had their big camcorders with like the actual like full-on tapes in them?
Yep. And the little, it flipped out.
It was the only way to get film. Yes, exactly. And then it turned to the little flip out, and that was when it was like digital and it got like a little bit smaller to record. But now with AI, it's just unbelievable. So private equity and all this like money and things are just rushing into this specific sector of it. And there's all these different platforms like Game Changer, Baller TV, Play On, Flow Sports that stream millions and millions and millions of youth and high school games each year. And the cameras, they don't really need people. They're just literally set them up for these games. And the cameras really just rely on AI. No human operation is involved.
That's crazy. And
It's
how many people are tuning in to watch I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, think about first of all, it keeps track of not just like your clips. Like, think about if you're going to make a highlight reel, if you're in high school or what, you just go back and it will like individualize every player's clips. It'll keep track of all your stats, all the game scores. And yes, it's not like you and I are just going to like randomly tune in to some,
well, the
high school game, but
is because I've been scrolling TikTok and all of a sudden I'll go, you're kind of scrolling and then you'll hit a live or something. And these random people I don't know if they're parents or what, but they're literally filming their kids or other kids playing these sports. And there's like hundreds of people watching it live on TikTok and like commenting. And I'm like, is this creepy? Is this a parent that's recording this?
How
I don't
funny.
know. That's why I thought it was that's what I thought you were referring to. And then that's why I was like, okay. But anyway.
No, I think that's probably them just streaming it from their phone. Like you can go live. This is like an actual like app, and not everyone can just join. Like if you're on a team, then you get invited as a parent. You can add grandparents or whoever, I guess. I don't know actually like the functionality of how they all work it, but you can't just like randomly get on and start watching Little League games. That's weird. But to think about it, if you are a parent and you have to miss a game, or you're a parent and you have kids in multiple sports, you can just like open it and watch, if you're not there or you're remote or you're out of town, or again, if there's like a grandparent that lives somewhere else, the data that comes from it to make highlight reels and all that have these like individualized clips for every single person playing youth sports like across the country, probably outside of the country, is just insane.
Back in my day, I don't know, did you ever use like Max Preps or anything? That was like a highlight reel. It's for and everything. I don't know, but it's I mean, good for them. Whoever capitalized on that, smart, because I can tell you when I was trying to make my highlight reel in high school, it was pretty tough. So
that's definitely something to watch, and just growing bigger and bigger, and obviously connected to AI.
Have you seen, I know we've kind of talked about our shows and movies we've been watching. Have you seen Wuthering Heights?
No, and it is on my list. How good is it?
Oh my gosh. I watched it on Saturday when it was pouring rain, and it was like such a good vibe for it. I am obsessed. Adam was like, oh, you love watching Margot and Jacob Elordi, whatever. And I was like, yeah, they're so hot. But the soundtrack, everything. I literally went on a run this morning listening to the Wuthering Heights soundtrack. It's so good.
That's amazing. Okay, maybe I'll watch it tonight. I did finish Madison, and
don't give me a spoiler.
I'm not going to give you. Okay, then I'm not going to say anything about it. But
it.
I did finish it. Like I said, I had a little hesitation after the first episode, and it progressively got so much better. I think it was really great, really well done.
No AI though, as Adam claimed. Oh, that's AI. I'm like, babe, go to Montana.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah. Time for Adam to take a road trip.
There we go. There.
All right, everyone. Well, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your Earth Day.
Earth Day. Touch the ground.
Touch the ground. Get grounded. And we will be back next week with our
horse
Derby winners. Yeah, our Derby picks. Yeah.
Just so you guys can be, aligned with winning.
Exactly. Winners win. We'll see you next week.
Fabulous. Ciao. Hasta luego.
Adios.
Adios.